Hello everybody and welcome to my third or fourth video on my Final Fantasy series. This guide is Garuda, the boss that you will have to fight during the main quest line after the Titan and after Ifrit has been killed. This will be the third one that you have to fight. And out of all three, she's probably the biggest pain in the ass out of all of them. It took about 4 attempts with this group because one of our people decided to stack and everything, and we ended up dying a lot because you're not really meant to stack on this fight. I will say now the most important part of this fight is the pillars in the middle. You will see 4 around the player called Jinx, I believe she's called. I'm not really sure, but yeah. There's 4, I'm standing behind it right now, and they are the most important part of this fight, and I'll get to that in a second. First ability you need to worry about is she will just do a random AoE attack to a random player. Can't do anything about it, just stay away from each other and you will be fine. She also does a frontal cone attack, so the tank has to be tanking Garuda away from the other players. So where Solid is now, if you just stay towards that rock and kite her away from the raid or group party, you'll be fine, and no one else will get hit other than the tank. It does hit quite high, and I don't think you can actually avoid it, so just make sure the healer knows that's gonna hurt. The third ability that she will do is something called Razor Fume or Razor Plume, something like that. She will summon 5 to 8 Razor adds, and they need to be nuked down instantly. They will take out the pillars in the middle, and if that happens, you're going to be in deep trouble, which I will also get to in a second, because if they do take out those pillars, you're probably wiped by the end of the actual fight, and that's what they attack, so you need to make sure them adds are AoE down from the DPS as quick as possible. The fourth ability she will use is her jumping teleport, which will just be a big AoE straight through the middle of the room. The first time she uses it, it will be by the rock on the left where you first start tanking, and the second time she does it, it'll be at the other end of the map where we were just now. You need to make sure you are behind a pillar before that goes off, otherwise you will get hit for probably 1 or 2k. It's unnecessary damage. You don't need it at all. You can easily avoid it, just run behind the opposite side. So if she's north, run to the south side of the pillar and you'll be fine, you won't get hit. The downside is it does take damage to the pillars, which sucks, but as long as the razor plumes are taken out instantly, it shouldn't be a problem. Now onto the pillars. You need them because she will do a giant AoE death attack once she reaches about a quarter of her health. Once that damage goes off, anybody that's not behind the pillar dies instantly. You'll see this attack now. And there you go, it's called the Reckoning. It took 2 people down to 500 health because they were on a smaller pillar. Maximum pillar, it will just take you down to about 1.5k, depending if you're a tank or not. After that, it will wipe out every pillar, and you will never have to worry about that phase again. You have to stay in the middle of this ring. There'll be a big wind pool made out of blue. I don't know what detail you're on, but it should just be a big blue wave, big tornado. Stand in the middle of it. If you go outside, you will just die from area of effect damage. She will still do a jumping attack, into which she will just cast damage to everybody, and she will also still do her AoE cone in front of her, which means the tank must make sure to be taking her away from the actual group. If she's facing it when it goes off, you'll die, and that's not good. The razor plumes will still spawn outside of the map. Just wait for them to come into the actual area where you're standing and nuke them down as soon as possible. There's no pillars to worry about, so as soon as they're there, just kill them quick as you can. If there's a few up and Garuda's on near enough no health, then there's not much to worry about because they don't hit that high, and now there's nothing to worry about with the pillars and so on and so forth. It's not a problem, so that's pretty cool. She would have one more ability, which you need to make sure you are at the south end of the area as much as you can, which you will see here. She will teleport to her rock, which she was at the beginning of the map. At the beginning of the video. She will just teleport there, and half of the tornado cone that you are standing in will have an AoE damage put into it. It will be a frontal cone from the boss. If you are standing at the edge where she actually teleports from, you will die. As you can see, Jinx got one shot instantly, and that's just how it is. You need to make sure you're at the south end of the map. where you see me standing now, and you will be fine. It'll just make it miss, and you can just carry on the fight as normal. That is pretty much it. After she's done that ability, it's just the same. Plumes will spawn, her frontal cone will hit the tank, and that's that. Just nuke her down with a DPS race and you'll fine. After that, it'll kill her. I hope this helps. I will put more guides up when I can. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.